Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lee and welcome to this video of Pick a Card. And today we are going to see what your future self has to say. So what does your future self, what advice does your future self have for you currently with what's going on in your life? So I'm recording this at a time where it's quite heightened energy, but this reading is timeless. It's designed that no matter when you watch it, it will give you the advice that you need. So say, for example, you choose one pile today and you come back next month, then you might be guided to a different pile for different advice, because it just depends on what your higher self, your soul self, your future self wants to help you with at this time. So yeah, just take a little minute and tune into these three piles. We have pile number 1, and this is the crystal for pile number 1. We have pile number 2 and the crystal. And I have also chosen an essential oil for each one, but I'll tell you those when we're doing the pile readings. And pile number 3, this is your crystal. Oops. So take a minute and close your eyes and choose number 1, 2 or 3 or whatever crystal you're guided to. And then the timestamps will be below, and just forward through to whatever pile you've chosen, or if you've chosen pile number 1, just stay on and we'll get into your reading. Thank you. Okay, so pile number 1, I'm just going to get the energy of pile number 2 and 3 away. So pile number 1, the essential oil that we have is eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is actually the oil for well-being. So you might be going through some health stuff at the minute, or it can be emotional well-being also, as well as physical. Eucalyptus always reminds me of a spa, and so I feel that there's a guidance coming in here that you need to maybe take some time out, take some time for you. Obviously when I'm recording this, it's just before the Easter holidays, so in March, and yeah, I don't know about you, but I am certainly feeling I need a break, I need a rest. And I know my kids do, so let's take a wee breath of this, because this is one of my favourite oils, and we're just going to pop it there in between those two lovely crystals. And let's tune into your energy. And obviously this crystal, this is one of my favourite crystals, and this is connected to the throat chakra. So I love that they're actually similar colours. So this is telling me that possibly the block in the well-being, whether it be physically or emotionally or mentally, is connected to the throat chakra. And the throat chakra, so if say this was physical well-being, just for example, it could be thyroid, which is the hormone gland connected to the throat chakra. So there could be symptoms of low energy, anxiety, because thyroid is connected to cortisol levels and stress. It can be connected to, you can have other symptoms there as feeling cold and then really hot, having cold feet, cold hands. Also weight issues, either putting on weight or difficulty losing weight. So it's your metabolism. It's also inherently connected to the liver. So doing things that are going to rebalance, reset and nourish the liver, which is the managing director of your body. So drinking lemon and water. The liver loves bitter foods, sour foods, cutting down on caffeine, cutting down on sugar, and cutting down on, dairy products and mucousy. And how you know your liver is out of balance is if you feel quite sluggish in the mornings, if you're feeling quite irritable or angry also. So yeah, there's a few wee antidotes as we get started. So I'm just going to leave those there. All right, let's dive in. So we have these tarot here. So we're just actually going to look at the guide that is with you. Oh, I love this, and especially because it's Easter. We have Jesus Christ as the guide, and look at the blues. You couldn't write it. So this is your guide, Jesus. So I'm actually going to just rather than, because I'll have to flip the camera here, so I'm going to actually just place everything here and then flip the camera. So we have Jesus, and he is talking about forgiveness, and he's actually going through a doorway there. So he has a doorway in the background to the cosmos, and he says, you're on a path of light, love and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. So as we're talking about the throat chakra, your higher self is just guiding you to the male side of the family. But this can also be, you know, your masculine self if you're female, or obviously if you're male, and father healing and father wounds that are being passed down. We also have the bull, you know, obviously I'm just hearing, you know, stubborn bull, stubborn as an ox. So there might be an energy that's passed down through the generations of this, you know, stubbornness. But also what I'm hearing is, you know, this is a master healer. And as much as it's the throat chakra, it's the heart, you know. So the throat chakra and the heart chakra are always very connected, and we hold, this is where we hold shame also. So this feels like your future self is want to tell you that there is some ancestral healing to be done, passed down through the generations, that's coming up at this time for you. And it's what's causing a block in your physical, mental, emotional health. Okay. So some inner child work on this. Look and understand the dynamic between the masculine and feminine, you know, the distorted masculine energy and the divine masculine energy. So the distorted or imbalanced would be aggression, and the divine masculine would be assertion. So, you know, it's not about being a walkover, it's just about managing your emotions. It's just about not blaming others, not transferring emotions onto others, not, you know, getting angry to get what you want, trying to control, things like that. This can also be, I'm hearing for many females, stepping into their masculine. So I'm seeing, you know, a block in this area. Your future self is guiding you to heal your imbalanced masculine, and it'll be connected back to the masculines in your life as role models. I've had to do this recently also. So, you know, relationship stuff could be coming up here also, and it's connected back to childhood stuff. So, yeah, okay, let's see what else is coming up. We have the sun again. The sun is the divine masculine. So for you to step into your masculine, so there's obviously, you know, people watching this are ready to step into something big. I hear they're ready to step in and speak their truth. And for you watching this, there might be some stuff around purpose here. There might be some stuff around career, and using your voice for good. And I'm seeing stepping into the masculine, which is the sun, stepping into action, and not being in this stuck place anymore. And it's almost like you have to, any movement is good movement, and there might be sacrifices that have had to be made. I have had to do this in the last 6 months, and it has been so difficult to do what is right and to sacrifice certain things, you know, for everybody involved, because initially it just feels difficult and painful. But when you're connected to your future self, your higher self, your soul self, you know, speaking your truth, sacrificing certain things for this success and sun and happiness in the long run. Okay. So again, we have, you know, this is Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. This is, you know, the heart chakra. It's the green, you know, green with green eucalyptus. So there's definitely a lot of healing going on for you at this minute in time. So you might be feeling extremely tired. I'm going to drink a tea. Extremely tired, but know there's lots of healing going on to help you with what this is. We can receive downloads to help us get clear, to help us know about next steps. And you're just meant to, you know, stay grounded and rooted throughout it all. Don't try and work it out for now. That is what the imbalanced masculine will do. We'll try and work it out. And you have to step into your feminine and surrender and flow. Okay. So do anything connected to the earth, like grounding foods, drinking plenty of water, walking in the earth, you know, sea dip, you know, sitting in the sun for a little bit. So anything that's going to ground you into the present moment. Okay. And then we have the elder. So again, you know, this looks very much like, you know, this is the father energy, but like passed down, you know, ancient ancestral patterns, move beyond ancestral patterns. So for some of you watching this, you know, there'll be stuff going on with you that's been passed down that you're clearing. You may have kids and you're noticing certain patterns can come up with them. So you're going back and clearing it so they don't have to. Beautiful. Okay. So this is the tarot now. So this will let us have a wee look at what extra stuff is going on here. Yeah, so there's a lot of letting go of the past here. There's a lot of, you know, this is you just moving forward. You know, the swords is, you know, your thoughts. So these crows here, these birds are all the thoughts in your head, and they've been keeping you stuck. And now there's a forward momentum coming. And it's interesting, at the time I'm recording this, you know, we're in a gateway energy. There's eclipses coming. Eclipses bring massive change and movement. So it feels like it's time to move forward. It's time to walk away from something. It's time to let go. Number 10 is connected to endings. Okay. And then you've got the Page of Wands. So this is like this new beginning. And you're in charge, you know, you've got the wand, but almost you're having to throw it in the air and just surrender. Like there's such a part of you wants to know what the next step is, want to know what the future is. And you're not meant to know right now. So you just have to, you know, keep moving forward, surrendering and just going towards what feels good. Okay. And there's you, you know, there's you, you know, feeling like the weight of the world, you know, we can be very, you know, attached to things. There might be leaving a job required here, leaving a relationship, leaving a home, leaving old patterns behind. And you know what? You don't need to take all of this with you. This is stepping out of the comfort zone. So it is. So how can you lighten the load a wee bit, you know, and free yourself from codependency? Because we all have this. And then we have the 8 of Cups. So this is like literally just, you know, look at her. She's walking towards the light, towards the sun, which feels like the summer solstice. And she's leaving behind what's not serving her. So I think there's a full moon coming up. Is it this? There's full moon coming up. So whether you're watching this now or in a few months' time, there's obviously a full moon every month. So it's a really good time to just get clear and let go. But understand she's been through it. So she doesn't have this manifestation right here. She has to walk a bit more to receive it. She's not quite ready for it. So her nervous system needs to let go. There needs to be time in the void to move on to the next chapter. She needs time to heal before these manifestations can turn up. Okay, so I'm just going to pick 2 cards before we close to ask, what can you do? What's your future self, pile number 1, advising you to do at this time? Okay, so we have the card of the World and the card of Deceit. So the card of the World is just allowing, I'm hearing just allow it all to play out. Just let it all come full circle. And trust that you know, this shows you sort of at the end of a pier. And we can feel like we can't see anything. What do? We've no choice but to jump in, but to surrender. But you can just sit down, just rest, just be in this void. And be super, what I'm hearing, the Deceit card is, you know, this can be people around you, you know, maybe not telling you the truth, maybe causing a bit of gaslighting, a bit of confusion, but it also can be yourself, you know, not seeing the truth for what it is, or not owning your own part to play in things. So, I don't like leaving it on that card, so I'm going to have to pick one more. So, one last card for pile number 1. The Angel of Balance. So, yeah, the Angel of Balance. Yeah, where can you bring balance to your life? You're you're recalibrating here. You're being shown what isn't working. You sort of have to be shown this to see. You have to be shown the dark to be able to step into the light. And unfortunately, we don't want to see this. So this is why there's a pause button, so that you can see this, so you don't repeat the same patterns, because that's how we learn. And then that brings in this balance. Okay, and I love how this is it's the like a lovely blue liquid for the throat chakra. So this is about you speaking your truth. It's about boundaries. It's about you going, what's working and what's not. What do I need to change in myself or change around me to bring everything more into balance? Okay, so thank you for watching pile number 1. Hopefully that has helped you at this period in your life at this time. It's not easy out there, and I'm sending you lots of love. Take care. Okay, pile number 2. Just going to take a wee drink of my tea before we start. Okay, so we have the essential oil Siberian Fir. And this is for responsibility. This is for deep grounding, connecting with the earth. It's one of my favourite. It's actually an oil. It's an oil very popular with the divine masculine energy. So we'll pop that over there. And then we have this lovely crystal, which is connected in citrine. It's connected in with self-confidence. It's connected in with the solar plexus, so the inner child, inner warrior, and also to abundance. Okay, so let's see. We have those tarot and those ones. Okay, so what guide is working with you at this minute in time? At whatever you're going through and whenever you're watching it. So we have the energy of Kuan Yin. So Kuan Yin is the goddess of care and compassion, and she really steps forward when we're needing love, we're needing nurturing, we're needing to be looked after. We've been through a tough time, basically. And just like the lotus, I mean, there's many lotus flowers here in this card and around her. You know, the lotus is reborn, you know, from the mud. So it's been, you know, through a death and rebirth process, I'm hearing. And no matter what, choose to be love, it says. Do what is right for everyone involved. You know, so no matter how situations or people have hurt you or triggered you, whether it be family, whether it be work, whether it be relationships, children, you know, nobody means to hurt. Nobody means to hurt another. It's just unhealed wounds that make people reactive, that make people angry, that make people do things. Now, it doesn't mean you accept it. You still have strong boundaries, but you could just see the other person's point of view so that you're not holding on to it. I mean, this is the colour of the violet flame also. So it feels like there is a karmic, you know, this was meant to happen. Whatever has been going on with you is karmic. And it was agreed at a soul level, and it's now ready to be cleared. But it's important that you forgive, release, accept to move forward. So the animal guide working with you is the hyena, and this is fear. So whatever has been happening, has brought up such deep fears, but they needed to be brought up. So, you know, whatever situation this is, whether again with a person, situation, you know, it's really affected you and really triggered you and really, really hurt you. It's brought you so deep into this fear. But fear is only an illusion, okay? So, you know, the fear is not, it's the deep rooted, you know, when I work with people and we go into like a trigger or something, or, you know, partner hurting them, it takes us back to, you know, an inner child where this similar thing happened, similar energy, similar emotion, and it's not really to do with the partner now, it's to do with the inner child and what she or he perceived at that time, which is not even necessarily the truth. And then we go back again, you know, depending if we need to a past life. Do you know, I did this morning with a guy, and we looked at abandonment, and we went younger years and then again to a previous lifetime to really clear up. So understanding the fear coming up, yes, when you're in it initially, it is awful. I've been through this, that it's paralyzing. But just know, okay, right now I'm safe. In the present moment, I am safe. Allow it to flow through you. Allow your nervous system to regulate. Have tools to help you regulate your nervous system, whether it be oils. That's why you've Siberian fir here, to be like strong and rooted like a tree. You know, to be strong in your power and your will, when your boundaries, which is what the citron is for, and the solar plexus. And then when you feel a bit better, you can address it and look at it. Okay. So we'll look at these 3 cards now. So the warrior, the great teacher, and the air guardian. Yeah, and just being shown, you know, take a breath. That's what I'm hearing with this. It says shift your perception, take a breath. Before you react, before you speak, you know, be aware of your triggers. Your future self can see what's ahead for you and wants you to know that everything is happening perfectly, okay? Perfectly aligned. You just have to go through, if you've been calling in more, calling in abundance, calling in love, whatever you've been calling in, we don't realize that some things have to fall apart to make room for that thing. We think, you know, we've been brought up in these modern spiritual circles that you just manifest, or, you know, say affirmations and such appears, but it isn't. That's not the case. It requires action, it requires change, it requires a death and a rebirth process, and that's what you're going through right now to make room for it. This feels like my pile too. Oh dear. So warrior, be fearless and stand strong. It's interesting that we are working with the inner child here. We're working with citrine, we're working with solar plexus, because in all my one-to-ones in the past couple of weeks, this is what we've been working with. It's your inner child and your inner warrior. Your inner warrior is your inner teenager. So connect back to the inner teenager. You know, that was a difficult time for her or him. You know, you're not quite a child, you're not quite an adult. You're sort of left to your own devices to try and work all of this life stuff out. You're starting to change physically, mentally, emotionally. Relationships are starting to change. You're starting to think about boys, you're starting to think about girls, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's like so overwhelming. Then you have to think about career and, you know, GCSEs and A-levels, and, you know, it's like, whoa. So this is where your inner warrior is your inner masculine, and it's asking you just to get the war paint on, be strong, be grounded, and step into your masculine self. Your masculine self is that self-confidence. It's going to help you speak your truth. It's going to, you know, it's you knowing who you are. And to connect back with that, you must go and integrate the inner teenager. Okay, so, you know, after this reading, you can see what's coming up in your life. And if you can get down to like an emotion, then try and sit with that emotion and see when you first felt that way, and see if it'll take you back to inner child, inner teenager time. Sit with the memory and just observe it. Just observe it to shift your perception, because it might not be what you thought it was, what you perceived it to be at the time. Generally it isn't, and then it's never explained, because you are getting ready for big things here. You're stepping into, you're a teacher, and you're learning from all of these spiritual experiences, no matter how difficult they are. Your future self is telling you that right now, where he or she is, it's amazing. And it's because you've had to go so deep through this, like a dark night of the soul. And to step into this, to step into freedom, to peace. This is the flower of life symbol, to create this life that you've been craving, that you've been visualizing for so long. And there's a message here of don't give up now. Okay, there's another creation card. There's the new beginnings, new ideas coming in. There's being strong and courageous. And just wait for the divine timing. You know, the wave is coming. Just like you would be this, you know, you're if you've ever surfed before and you're waiting on the right wave to come in, and you can sit there for ages, and then suddenly it comes in and you must be ready. And so you must be rested, you must have time to clear out the old for the new to come in. But if you're constantly in this place of lack and worry that it's not here yet, or going back and getting annoyed or blaming or being in a frustration, you'll just be stuck. Okay, so, you know, allow the creation energy in. Connect with those that feel good in your community. Take time to yourself. You know, this is like, there's lots of different figures and signs and symbols, you know, the spiral. It's like inspiration's coming in. Take some time, allow that all to be, you know, downloaded. And be super strong. You have an inner strength there. And it's very similar to this. It's like be the lion or the lioness. But you're still, if you look at this little lamb, you're still in its infancy. So, you know, you're not meant to be doing that thing right now. Allow yourself to grow with it. But have everything in place, ready for the wave, ready for divine timing. Just trust your future self wants to let you know that it's coming. It's all lining up, and there is just things that need to take place that are out of your control, that haven't, you know, that are maybe involve other people or other situations or things. So it's just not the right time. So just be in this beautiful place of healing. Stay grounded. So I also, because it's the solar plexus, I'm hearing that you just need to be super aware of addictions, of, you know, drowning sorrows, cravings, you know, drinking too much, eating too much, you know, just, you know, ignoring stuff just superficially. Feel all the feels. I'm just going to ask for 2 cards to close. Might take that one, we'll see. Man holding the coin and action. So this is you stepping into your divine masculine. So there could be some relationship breakdowns here. There could be a job ending, and it just wasn't serving you. It just wasn't serving you. And you're stepping into your masculine. You're holding yourself. You know, and this is a balanced masculine energy. Balanced in your masculine and your feminine. Because we need to be in both. And trust if there's any worries, you know, about money or about finances, you know, it's all going to be okay. This is Pentacles, the coin, but this is also the body. And that's how you manifest from the level of the physical. So I'm hearing, get your diet in check, stay grounded, do your exercise, keep moving forward. Daily, consistent action. No need to rush. This is the old masculine way. This is you. I'm going to keep moving, and I'm going to do it in a gentle, graceful way, and I'll just be shown as I go. Okay. So let's ask. I think I did actually 4 cards in the last pile, so we'll ask for 2 more cards. That was the same card that came up in the last pile actually, because I was thinking about them. I'll do it again. So pile number 2, what does your future self want to tell you about what you can do? Pile number 2. Appreciate what you've got. That is the best place you can be in right now, is appreciation. So I'll just move it up to the camera. Appreciation and love. So this might be, there might be relationship stuff coming up here. There could be family, it could be job, but it's all about you working on you loving you, and knowing that whatever you've called in is on its way. And it's just really important, whilst you're in this void and you're waiting, that you appreciate everything around you. You know, this is an overgrown garden which is beautiful, but others might not see it as beautiful. Like she's holding a rose, you know, because there's beauty in the wildness. And there's beauty in there's flowers there, wildness. So just be super grateful, gratitude every day. Anytime something happens that you manifest, anything at all, go, thank you. One of the things I teach my business groups is, of course this happened. Instead of being so grateful and thank you, it's like, of course this did, I manifested it. So focus on that. All right, thank you so much for listening and watching pile number 2. Wishing you so much love. Navigating these times, they are intense, but we will get there. Take care. Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading. So the essential oil that we have is the oil Clove. And Clove is it's a beautiful oil actually for boundaries. Let's take a breath of it. It's an oil, well, I've been shown as I breathe it in, it's for toothaches as well. So toothaches are connected to the kidney area, to the adrenals, and funny, this crystal, it's carnelian, which is connected to the sacral chakra, which is connected to the adrenal glands and stress. So there might be some boundaries needed. There might be some physical stuff around the bowels or around immune system, because Clove is really good for the immune system. So let's have a wee look. I'll set that over there. And let's have a look at your cards. Okay, so we have healing. So you have been through a stressful period, and you're in this place of healing right now. Hilarion is this beautiful ascended master and is asking you to take time out. So obviously when I'm recording this, we are breaking for Easter holidays. So and if you're not taking a break, I would advise you even just to take 1 or 2 days or 1 day or an afternoon, whatever you can take to, it says retreat, to recharge and heal, so your light can support others. It's really important, a lot of heart healing going on. So, and if you're watching this, you know, way into the future, because it's a timeless reading, then just wherever you are, whenever you watch it, you're meant to just stop. You're probably feeling super, super tired and exhausted and might even have aches and pains. And obviously, because this is the sacral chakra, you might have issues in around the bowel area. You know, the exhaustion comes from the imbalance of the adrenal glands too. Yeah, so it feels like this exhaustion is connected to work. You've been working like a beaver, basically. And you are exhausted, and this is what many of us can do, you know. It's so easy to do, and then it's so difficult to stop as well. And as much as this looks like a beaver, it also, I'm being shown a hamster on a wheel. And there's some part is a void, and I feel like, because this is the sacral chakra is connected to purpose, relationships, career. And your future self wants to tell you that to stop and take a look at things. That's why you need to rest, so that your future self, your higher self, your soul self can like talk to you, communicate with you, show you, you know, this isn't working. You know, it's okay to work. I work so much, but I love it. That's the difference. I've been in jobs where I have not been happy. It's not been what I'm meant to do, and I've been burnt out. You know, I feel very tired at the minute, but I'm not burnt out. I know I just need time out, which is coming, but I'm not burnt out. I'm not the way I would have been in previous jobs. So I think you're being asked to look at career here and purpose. So we'll have a wee look and see what's coming through. So release the old and rest. Hello. And funny, this is autumn, right? So in traditional Chinese medicine, You know, the sacral chakra is connected to the bowels, and the bowels is the area where we need to let go. So, and if the bowels aren't working properly, so the bowels are like the main organ of elimination, and if they are not working properly, then everything gets sluggish. Toxins can't get filtered through the body, and actually what happens is they start to come out through the skin, because that's the biggest organ of elimination. It's the next one, and we don't want that. That's why we can get itchy skin or spots or rashes. So the bowels need to be working. So eating ground and vegetables, your diet has maybe not been great because you've been working so much. You know, you're just probably grabbing this or grabbing that, and you know, so pull right back, get the fibre in, get the veggies in, get the grounding foods in, nourishment, nourishment, nourishment. Lots of water to flush the bowels, to get rid of the toxins. And also I'm hearing, you know, emotionally we hold on, we're not letting go also. So, you know, it's interesting that we have the clove. The clove is just this lovely autumn colour here and here, and we have the sacral. So it feels like, you know, in general, we need to be letting go of emotions or things or frustrations to move forward. And there we have the Knight. Be brave and honest. So it feels like some conversations need to be had to help you do this. You've been keeping stuff in and just ignoring things, which is what we do. And funny, as I'm looking at this now, this will be for females, just so apologies males watching this. I'm seeing this rose opened here and this rose closed, and I'm just immediately being shown the ovaries. And you know, that's where you produce estrogen. Estrogen is the female hormone, and that's how we should move estrogen out and around the body, is through the bowels, you know, as well. So that's interesting. So there's something wanting to be birthed or created within you, because estrogen and the ovaries is where we create from. But first we need to put down the weapons. We need to open our eyes and look at what's around us, and then we need to speak our truth. But you're speaking your truth without the need for somebody to agree, to hear, to understand. You know, if they're meant to, they will, but it's just important that you know who you are. And I'm being shown this doorway. You're just getting ready to step in through this doorway, but there's a little bit of a fear of it. You're sort of, you have a lot of protection up around you, and you need to drop the guard. That's what I'm hearing. So Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Yeah, this is massive. Like this, I can relate to this pile too. Holding on so tight to control. That's what we do as children, so that we feel safe. And this is the hardest thing in the world, to trust in the unknown. So the Father Sky is obviously the Father, it can be God, it can be the sky, and it's just trusting that your Father self, your masculine, has got you, and you're okay. And if you can see things from a different perspective, which is the eagle or the hawk, you know, it's the third eye. You know, you'll be shown. Trust in your intuition and flow with it. Okay. So this is where, yeah, so it feels like this could be connected to relationships, this pile also, but it can also be the relationship with self, or it can also be a job. I do feel there's a job involved in here. I mean, this can be work in a relationship too, not holding up, not letting go, and needing to put boundaries in place. So this is you, a period of rest. Like you're literally, look, she's all battered and bruised. Her heart is broken. You know, she's got this lovely red thread, you know, to allow her to stay connected to her heart, to find her way back home. And she's just had a lot of anguish, mental anguish. So she's just like, I just need a reprieve, just need to rest for now and not think about it. And then the answers will come. And this is, you know, she's been working so hard, you know, working hard and growing, you know, saving a wee bit. Things are starting to turn around. She's becoming her own master, but she just needs to rest now, and then she can start again, or he. Okay, because sometimes it's like you can be working and then you need to stop, regroup, see what you need to change, and actually you learn more then. Or if it is a relationship, then you can find a solution by stopping and looking, whereas sometimes we just ignore it because we just don't want it to blow up, or we just don't know what the solution is. And that's why you rest to receive. Okay, so we have the Lovers here, you know. So for anybody, either in a relationship or out of a relationship. I mean, this is the love with yourself. You know, this is, you know, you seeing your masculine self, okay? Many of us, you know, females can be, you know, more in their feminine, males more in their masculine, and they both need to see their two counterparts, your masculine self and your feminine self. And one of the things I've encouraged in my groups to do is to understand their astrology chart, is to get a free birth chart reading. You can go on to cafeastrology.com, I'll put the link below, and you get a free birth chart reading, and you want to see what sign your Venus is in and what sign your Mars is in. So Venus is your feminine, and that will tell you, so my feminine is in Cancer, so I'm quite traditional. I like the one relationship. I like to be nice and safe in that. Don't like to, you know, when I'm happy in my relationship, I don't need to be with anybody else. I don't need to go out partying. I don't need, you know, but it's about finding that one, you know, and just being happy in that. And that allows me to understand my feminine self. As much as I'm quite outgoing and I love a bit of fun, I have to honor her and her need to retreat, her love of the home and love of tradition as well. Whereas my masculine is in Gemini, and Gemini gets bored easily. Gemini communicates a lot, talks a lot. Gemini is an air sign and loves a bit of excitement. So I have to, you know, Gemini doesn't like the same old, which is why, and that's my masculine, which is my work, which is my action. So that's why my work has changed an awful lot. I'm not just doing the one thing all of the time, because that doesn't align with my masculine self, okay? And then this union, you know, this union is created. The Two of Cups is the card of love, and you fill in your own cup. So it's really beautiful, okay? So we're going to ask for 4 more cards from this deck. I'll put all the decks below, the names of them. I'll try and put them in order. So for pile number 3, what does pile number 3's higher self want to tell him or her about how you can maneuver through this time? There's 2 cards there. Oh my goodness, this must be connected to relationships. Door to romance. The door is open. Are you ready for it? This is what you've been calling in. This is card number 33, Christ consciousness. The only issue is it's a cage with a heart. It's locked. The key's just there. Many of us maybe don't feel deserving of it, or we need to break free from something to call this in. And that is really difficult. Letting go, change, you know, trusting in the unknown, being brave and being honest, connecting with the moon. The moon is reflection. You know, what is being reflected back? It's not easy. And of course we have Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, the throat chakra, speaking your truth, boundaries. Now is the time. And then we have the thinking woman. So just be conscious of these 2 energies. I'm being shown your masculine and your feminine. The thinking woman, you know, she's been thinking for a long time, or your feminine, if you're a masculine, has been thinking for a long time. And that's really good, just to think. But sometimes we can get stuck in the thinking and then not in the action. Now it's time to let the masculine take over and speak. And it doesn't matter what is said. It doesn't matter if it comes out wrong. It's just to get things moving. Okay. Just seeing what else is there. Is there anything else coming through? We have this beautiful butterfly here, and that is transformation. So you've been in a cocoon, like, you know, the caterpillar to the cocoon, and it, you know, in the cocoon it just blows up. You know, everything just falls apart. You've been through it, and now you're ready to fly. You're ready to transform into the new, but it's really difficult because this is our comfort zone. This is what we've been used to. We have not been taught in society to take chances and risks and trust our intuition. We've been taught to stay safe and follow the sheep. So you're being asked to let your voice lead, let your masculine lead. your balanced masculine, and it'll all be okay. So much love, and thank you for watching and listening. And I'm sending you so much love at this time of extreme heightened energy, or no matter when you're watching this, and I hope you enjoyed this reading.